Trying to mend the pieces of your broken heart. Want to make a change but don't know where to start. Let's go on a journey trying something new. Let's go on the road to finding you. The art spot with Iyanla. Talking relationships, getting down to the thick of it. The art spot with Iyanla.
Hi, and welcome to the R Spot. This is the place that we come to examine and explore all things about all kinds of relationships so that we can learn to be better and do better in our relationships. Because I know that we want to be better. We want to love more. We want to feel more loved and more loving. So we're going to talk about some of those things. And today I'm going to talk about a topic that I think is very important in relationships that most people either ignore and some don't even know about. And that's about being equally yoked. That means being with a partner where not only do two of you feel like you are equals, but that you have the same interests and the same goals and the same vision and the same values, being equally yoked. You know, the Bible says that you got to be equally yoked with your partner. That means moving in the same direction, standing on the same faith foundation, having the same values and principles in life. So that's one perspective of it. I want to bring it into the 21st century. And I want to hope that people are equally yoked mentally, emotionally, physically, and yes, spiritually. Equally yoked. Yoked meaning what brings you together, what binds you together, what ties you together, what holds you together. Let's look at physically, because I've gotten some letters recently that tell me that being equally yoked physically is important. For example, I got a letter from a couple where he is a couch potato. He's a couch potato. He loves to sit on the couch or sit on the chair or lay on the couch or lay back in the chair in the recliner and watch TV. And she's a fitness buff. She likes to get out and run and go to the gym, and she wants to do the triathlon and the marathon and the hootathon and the fotathon. She wants to do all of that stuff, and he just watches. And she's beginning to feel that she's outgrowing him. And she's also meeting guys, you know, out there who are also into physical fitness and health and strength. And she wrote me saying, well, what should she do? Well, I said, beloved, is there a way that you can support your partner and either becoming interested in what you do, or is there things that you can do around the house to inspire him to get more physically active? But the thing is, they could have picked this up in the beginning. So it's important for you to be equally yoked with your partner physically, so that the two of you have the same physical interests. The two of you have the same physical appeal to one another. I mean, if you like a couch potato, I like couch potatoes. I like all kind of potatoes. I take potatoes over rice any day. So it doesn't bother me if you don't go to the gym. The clear thing to me is, are you healthy? Now, I'm not a gym freak, but I am a health enthusiast. So I want a partner who's about being healthy, about eating healthy, about resting, and about relaxing. And yes, a little physical activity isn't going to hurt. So when you're dating or if you're in a relationship, you and your partner want to find those places where you can connect physically. Let's talk about being equally yoked emotionally. Ooh, this is a big one. You know, because so very often we repattern our intimate relationships on our family patterns and the role that we played in our family. So we will look for a partner who meets some role that we played in our family or a desire that wasn't met in our family. So being equally yoked emotionally means getting clear about what your emotional needs are and not putting them on your partner, but taking care of them yourself. Otherwise, you will hold your partner responsible for your emotional healing, health, and well-being, when the truth is that's your responsibility. Being equally yoked emotionally means that both of you have done some level of inner work, that you're still not looking for daddy or mad at mommy or trying to be taken care of. It means that you're creating your relationships from an authentic emotional place, that you're coming to the table as healthy as possible, and not that you're still trying to get what you didn't get at home. You're not creating a relationship from need or obligation, that you're not a victim, setting yourself up to be victimized, that you're not a rescuer looking for a victim. Oh, there are so many things that go on when people aren't equally yoked emotionally. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go to every workshop there is, or you need to own 2 volumes of Tony Robbins' inspirational tapes or 8 of Iyanla Vanzant's books, but I am saying you got to know what triggers you. You got to know what you're looking for. You've got to be in ownership of your own feelings and your own internal landscape, and not make your partner responsible for what's going on in your heart. You've got to be equally yoked emotionally. Let's talk about equally yoked financially, okay? Because money is a big issue in relationships. And I'm not saying that you have to make the same amount of money, or that you have to be able to take care of either of the other, but you have to have the same level of financial literacy, the same values about money, and you have to be moving in the same direction financially. You can't have a spendthrift and a miser. That's going to be a problem. If you got a partner that squeezes the coins till the eagle squeals, that's a problem if you like to shop. Or if both of you have financial illiteracy and you're spending, or you're not saving, you're not investing, and you end up in financial ruin. So you got to pay attention to what your partner's values and goals and ideas and visions are about money. And even if one makes more than the other, or one is employed and the other's in school, or one is employed and one is unemployed, you got to know that you can come together, discuss money issues, move together with clear values and visions around money. Let's talk about being equally yoked sexually, because I get a lot of letters from the people that say, like Prince said, they say you ain't you know what, and baby who knows how long. Prince sang that, the great philosopher Prince. And the letters are about partners who one partner wants it and the other one doesn't, or one partner likes this and the other one doesn't, or when you get married, then the partner come up with some new idea, like they want to be what they call that thing when you bring other people. They want to open the relationship, and they want to swing, and they want. Okay, you got to have that conversation up front. Because you want to be equally yoked with somebody. You don't want somebody that wants to do whips and chains, and you just trying to do the little missionary position on Sunday after church dinner. So you want to get all of that straight up front. Don't be bringing no whip up in here. I'm not doing that. And no, you cannot bring Matilda and her 5 sisters over so that we can have an orgy of some kind. Although people do shift and change. But in order to be equally yoked sexually, intimately, you've got to talk about it. Talk about what makes you feel good. Talk about what you like. Talk about what you don't like. Talk about what your boundaries are, and talk about what you expect from your partner. Now, we know as time goes on and women change and men go on medication, things will shift and change. But to be equally yoked sexually, you at least want to have the initial conversation. Okay? So I don't do chains. I don't do whips. I don't do fruit. I'm going to have that conversation. Okay. Now, let's talk about the big one. Being equally yoked spiritually. I think that without a solid spiritual foundation, a relationship is doomed. And I don't care what that foundation is. I don't care if you go into the mosque or to the temple or to the church or to the tree. I don't care if you go into the beach with a basket of fruit and some eggs. I don't care what it is, but there has to be a place where the two of you can come together and meet with something bigger, greater, grander than the both of you. Do you pray together? I can't tell you how many couples I've said, do you pray together? You know, whatever the prayer is, read something inspirational together, or get down on your knees together, or just look each other in the eye and share your thoughts and beliefs about where you are and about your love and about your Creator. And this, for me, needs to be established before you marry, before you move in, before you share keys, before you have children. You've got to be equally yoked spiritually. What are your concepts and ideas and beliefs about God? And when I say equally yoked, it doesn't mean you have to believe the same thing, but it means that you have to be honorable and respectful and know what the other person's beliefs are, what their needs are on all levels: physical, financial, sexual, emotional, and spiritual. But spiritual is the big one. Spiritual is the big one. I just read a letter about a woman who she is absolutely devoutly committed to church, and her husband is not. And in her mind, it's ruining the marriage. So I asked her one question: beloved, when did you know? When did you know that you and him were not equally yoked spiritually? Before you got married? Or did he fall out of the church? Is there something that happened that ruined his relationship? So when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to that connection to something greater and grander than you, get as much information as you can up front. And don't think that when you marry your partner who doesn't want to exercise or wants to have an open relationship or doesn't know how to pray and wants to spend all their money or doesn't want to spend any money, whatever the differences are, don't think that if you know it up front, that if you marry them or move in with them, it's going to change. That is not going to turn out well for you. So when we talk about being equally yoked, we're not talking about doing the same thing, believing the same thing, wanting the same thing, but we are talking about having a knowledge and an awareness of what your partner needs, wants, believes, and making sure that the two things can coexist. I know Muslims who are married to Christians. I know Catholics who are married to Jews. I know Baptists who are married to Buddhists, and they get along because they found that way to bring together their needs and their desires and their wants so that they are equally yoked. Very, very important concept. Are you and your partner equally yoked? Emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually? If there are troubles and difficulties in your relationship, look for where the yoke is broken, or maybe it was never established. Being equally yoked. You don't have to do the same thing, but you got to be able to make sure that what you do and what your partner does can coexist. Hope this helps.
The Art Spot.
And here is our question of the day. Iyanla, is it possible to be friends with your ex? I have a friend who is good friends with her ex, while I, on the other hand, wouldn't ever put myself in the same room with my ex. What do you think? Well, I think absolutely you can be friends with your ex. In fact, I'm friends with many of my exes. I'm friends with them because our relationship was complete. Now, we didn't finish the relationship in the way we thought we would. We thought we'd be together forever and ever. Amen. But our forever came, and we talked about it, and we moved away, and we allowed the relationship to be complete. We said what we needed to say, or we let it go. We forgave what we needed to forgive, or we let it go. And now today, we can be friends. The reason many people aren't friends with their ex is because their relationship isn't complete. They're still holding on to upsets and angers or broken promises or disappointments. They haven't done the forgiveness work, or they haven't learned the lesson, because every relationship brings you a lesson. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And if you don't figure out which it was for you and your partner, when the relationship comes to an end, you will be stuck. So can you be friends with your ex? Absolutely. Only when the relationship is complete. So I would ask you, my beloved, what are you still holding on to in that relationship? Maybe you need to go back and look at when you're the one that's left. Or maybe you need to really get clear about what it is you didn't say, what it is you didn't get, what it is you didn't do in that relationship, and then let it go. And it doesn't matter if they lied, if they cheated, if they stole your mother's gold teapot. It doesn't matter. The relationship can be completed. You can be clear in your heart, and then you get to choose whether or not you want to be friends with your ex. Just know that it is possible. Hope this helps.
The art spot.
And here is our hallelujah truth for today. When you don't ask for what you need, the need gets bigger. When you allow needs to just drag on, unfulfilled or unaddressed in some way, that need within you, that need around you, that need that you have for whatever it is that is missing will grow and grow and grow and grow until it becomes a crisis or an emergency. Ask for what you need and believe you can get it, because when you don't ask for what you need, the need just gets bigger. Now be sure to subscribe to the Iyanla Vanzant YouTube channel so that you can get a notice every time we put up a new art spot. And I would also encourage you to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to get a notice about where I'm going to be and what's coming up and what's next, be sure to sign up for my mailing list at www.iyanla.com.
Trying to mend the pieces of your broken heart. Want to make a change.
Blessings to all of you sister women out there who are wondering how you can get to do some work with me. I want to encourage you to sign up for the Wonder Woman Weekend now. This year, Wonder Woman will be held October 27th through the 29th in Bethesda, Maryland. But I want you to begin registering now so that when you get to the final hour, you'll be all set and ready to go. Now, what exactly is Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman is an opportunity for you to come together, to heal, to grow, to learn in a community of like-minded women. Now, let me just say this. If you're coming to see me, if you're coming because you think that I have some magic bullet that will change your life, save yourself the trip. But if you're coming to do some work, if you're coming to find out how to move forward in your life, if you're coming because you are ready to do the work required to become your greatest self, then go to www.innovisionsworldwide.com, click on the link for the Wonder Woman Weekend, and sign up today. You can make a deposit and work out a payment plan so that you will be with us for a glorious weekend that will fix you so that you can make all the necessary fixes in every single area of your life. Wonder Woman Weekend, October 27th to the 29th. Go to www.innovationsworldwide.com and hopefully I will see you there.